everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's video, you would have already seen by the title, is going to be a pregnancy related video. So if this isn't necessarily your cup of tea, then of course I completely understand and you can watch another video from me soon. But if you are interested in hearing a bit more about my pregnancy journey so far, my first trimester, and all of the questions that you guys have asked me over on Instagram, then please do keep watching. So if you guys aren't already aware, which I'm sure you probably are if you follow me on Instagram or YouTube, then I am pregnant. I'm expecting my first baby in August and I am currently 19 weeks pregnant at the time of filming this video. So I'm almost halfway through and I thought it was probably about time that I sat down and filmed my first trimester, I guess, recap, kind of Q&A type video. And the reason I wanted to film this is because I find these videos so helpful and I've been watching them since, to be honest with you, I found out that I was pregnant, and I've been watching loads of other future mums here on YouTube, and I just find these videos reassuring and it made me feel a little less alone maybe with some of my symptoms. And yeah, it just gave me a bit of reassurance and confidence that hopefully everything was doing what it was meant to do. So I guess let's start by giving you a quick run through my pregnancy so far, and specifically the first trimester. So obviously I am well into my second trimester now, but the first trimester wasn't easy. I think I was naive, or maybe just completely unaware of what pregnancy was actually like, or what it could actually be like. And before I found out I was pregnant, you see these images of women who are glowing and glamorous and happy and healthy and full of energy, exercising, eating really healthily, all these things, and you kind of assume, oh, pregnancy makes you glow, it makes your hair grow, it makes your nails grow, all of those things. But actually the reality can be really, really different, and I definitely experienced the complete opposite to all of those glowing things, and I had a really rough 12 weeks. So this isn't to scare anybody, this isn't to put anybody off getting pregnant. Oh my goodness, I'd hate to do that. But it's just to add a bit of reality, I guess, to maybe some flowered up versions of pregnancy, just in case any of you also have a bit of a rough time and you feel like you're alone, because you are absolutely not. And that is what I learned. So I would say probably I found out I was pregnant when I was 5 weeks pregnant, and I would say at that time I had no symptoms. I didn't really know that I was pregnant. Nothing really changed. I wasn't bloated. I didn't have sore breasts or anything. I felt really, really normal, to be honest with you. And it was only the day that I found out I was pregnant, I was really emotional. And I just was crying for no reason, but everything was making me really upset, and I was just all over the place, and I was like, oh, this is a bit strange. Took a test, found out I was pregnant. Obviously I was over the moon, I was elated, I was so happy and grateful and just excited about everything that was to come. And I'd spoken to my mum about morning sickness, and morning sickness wasn't something that she had struggled with, so I naively thought, oh, maybe it's hereditary and I'll also be really lucky and not suffer with morning sickness. Roll on week 6, literally, I would say day 2 of week 6, I felt the nausea and morning sickness. And from week 6 to last week, so week 18, I was sick every single day, bar a few days. And it wasn't just nausea, it was physical vomiting over the toilet, first thing in the morning as soon as I woke up, sometimes around about kind of 10, 11ish after I'd had my breakfast, and my breakfast would resurface, and then also sometimes around about lunchtime as well. So as I say, I'm 19 weeks now. Yesterday I was sick twice still, so unfortunately it hasn't gone away just yet for me, but over this last week it has been less frequent, so I'm hoping I'm kind of getting out the other end now. But that was the most difficult thing I had to deal with in my 12 weeks. Every single morning, waking up, feeling as though I was on a boat, rocking from side to side, feeling hungover every single day for 10 weeks. Longer than 10 weeks, 12 weeks, has been really, really tough. And mentally it's exhausting, physically obviously it's exhausting, and I mean, I hate being sick anyway at the best of times, and I feel like I've kind of had my lifetime's worth of sickness now, but going through it is really, really hard. And if you're struggling with sickness, I'm so sorry. I totally empathise with you. I feel your pain, your discomfort, your exhaustion, all those things. It's really difficult to deal with. And so that was my main symptom throughout my first 12 weeks, and I say it's carrying on now unfortunately as well, but hopefully we're coming out the other end. I actually made a little note on my phone of symptoms that I was getting each week so I could update you all when I was making this video. So okay, so week 5, so when I found out I was pregnant, I've written down here I had cramps, upset tummy, bloating, and I started to get a bit spotty. Week 6, obviously when the nausea kicked in, I was having really awful cramps, and not just a period cramp, but actually for the last kind of, I would say 10 days before week 6, I was experiencing real stabbing pains in my stomach, and I knew I was pregnant at this point, but I really, really worried. And it was so strange because it was at night time, so every single night for about 10 days I woke up in the middle of night and I was in a ball with my legs up by my tummy, cramping up, but not, it wasn't cramps, it was a stabbing pain. It was pain, it wasn't cramps, it was pain. And I laid there and I went to the bathroom and I moved around, and there was physically nothing that helped it. It was just time, and that pain would last for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, and I would just be up every single night with this awful, awful stabbing pain. And I just thought, this hasn't worked. I thought I wasn't pregnant. I thought something is wrong. These aren't the cramps that you hear of in terms of implantation cramping. You get told that when the embryo implants into your womb that you get cramps, and it's kind of like a period cramp. So you might have a cramp for a couple of minutes and then, oh, it passes, you can get on with your day. The cramps that I was experiencing, as I say, they were pain, they were sharp pain, they were horrendous. I can get into any bodily position and feel comfortable. I just cried throughout them, and they would just happen every single night time, and it was the strangest thing. And so I went to the doctors about it. I called the midwife several times and they explained it to be implantation, and I was just convinced by everything that I read that it wasn't, because it didn't sound like it was. And then I went to the doctors and they thought that I might have an ectopic pregnancy, and of course I then jump on Google and look at all the signs and symptoms, and tick tick tick, everything was making sense to me. And I kind of, after that appointment, I almost convinced myself that the pregnancy wasn't viable and it hadn't worked, and I always convinced myself that I wasn't pregnant anymore. and that was really hard. I was devastated, but my partner, bless him, he was trying to make me keep my spirits up, and he was sure everything was fine and this, that and the other. But we managed to get seen really quickly in hospital, and we had an early scan. We had an early ultrasound at 6 weeks, and it was an internal ultrasound, and oh god, I'm getting like emotional talking about it. And yeah, then we got to see a little heartbeat on the screen, and baby, or it wasn't really a baby, it was more of just like a dot. It was like a little diamond ring. We got to see baby, and they were fine. They were where they needed to be. Everything was okay, and yeah, that was just the biggest relief ever. God, oh dear, I didn't think I would get emotional about that, but there we go. So that was a massive weight off my shoulders, and I was just relieved and happy and emotional, as you can imagine, and everything was fine. So that was amazing. That was a little bit of a scary time though. And then after week 6, so I had light cramps. I started to have a really upset tummy. And week 8, this is not a very nice symptom, but I have acne all over my back now, which is something I didn't have before I was pregnant. And I mean all over my back and shoulders here, all the way down to my arms, probably about here. I have really severe acne now all over my back, and it came out of nowhere, and it is just still there today, hovering, which obviously I'm sure it's hormonal, but also on my face I've definitely got more spotty. Obviously the wonders of makeup, you can cover it all up, but I've definitely become more spotty, and yeah, just really bad back acne. Week 9, again, the acne wasn't great, bad skin, bad hair. So this glowing, long, luscious hair that I thought I was going to have during pregnancy, my hair was limp and lifeless and dull and just not great at all. Bad skin, kind of just tiredness, real tiredness. When people say they're pregnant and they say they're tired, it's not like a tired like you've missed a couple hours sleep. It's a tired where you feel physically unable to leave the sofa to make a drink or have a snack or anything. You feel like you have no energy whatsoever, and obviously that's because you're growing your beautiful baby. But yes, that was a struggle for me. And then week 10 and 11, 12, again, sickness, back knee, and then I started to get headaches as well. So really raw, pounding, day-long lasting headaches, which I don't really tend to suffer with headaches, to be honest with you, but during the first trimester I really suffered with them. So I think the cramping or the pain, the sickness, the tiredness, the feeling kind of low and vomity, and all of that really knocked me for 6 during my first trimester. The most difficult weeks were 6 to 10, I would say. Really hard to concentrate. That for me was over Christmas, so at least I wasn't working then and didn't have to go into the office or anything, so that made it a bit easier. But I did find it really tough to keep my spirits up and kind of enjoy my pregnancy when I just felt so poorly all the time. But as I say, I'm 19 weeks now, and I definitely do feel more like myself, which is great. I do have a couple of questions that I thought I would answer from my Instagram. So symptoms per week in the first trimester, so I think I've pretty much covered those. Did you worry all the time that something was wrong before your scan? Yes, I did. So obviously I had an early scan at 6 weeks, but the weeks between week 6 and week 12 feel so long, because you may or may not have told people during that time as well. We chose not to. We chose to just tell close family and then wait until 12 weeks to tell everybody else. so no one knows you're pregnant. It's really hard to cover up, especially if you have kind of social events and things. And then the worry, the constant worry that everything's okay from week 6 to week 12 was just, oh my gosh, they were just endless. But now I'm in week 19 and I think, crikey, I've got my 20-week scan in just over a week, and where has the time gone? So it's going really quickly now. It did drag. So did you tell a few close friends sooner or wait until 12 weeks? So I told probably 2 close friends who also had babies within the last kind of year or so. So I told them that I was pregnant only because I was having these really bad symptoms and really struggling with it, that I wanted to kind of reach out and maybe get some reassurance from them, which I did, which made me feel better. Otherwise, we waited until 12 weeks and then I waited till about 16 weeks to tell you guys. So will you be sharing pregnancy outfits? Yes, absolutely. As I say, to be honest with you, they're not going to be massively like maternity wear focused. I'm just going to be trying to wear my normal things as much as I can, but in bigger sizes. And tops, I don't really think I'm going to get any maternity tops, to be honest with you. I think I'm just going to size up in my normal tops and get things that aren't clingy and really fitted. When is your due date? So that's something that we're going to be keeping to ourselves, but I can tell you that it's in August. Do you have any advice for morning sickness? 9 weeks here. Oh, I really wish I did. I can totally empathise with you. I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly the struggle that you're going through. And I tried everything. So many people recommended so many things to me. I wore the anti-sickness bands for a couple of weeks. I realised that they did nothing, so I took them off. I smelled lemon if I felt like I was going to be sick, and like fresh citrusy fruit. That didn't work. I had food next to my bed, so I ate something before I even got up. That didn't work because I vomited it back up again. And yeah, I feel like I ate little and often. That didn't help. Nothing helped. Literally nothing helped. Ginger, I had ginger tea, ginger biscuits. No, they didn't help. Nothing helped my sickness. And nothing is, I mean, I'm still being sick now. So if anyone knows of anything else to try, please do let me know, because I don't know. I think the main thing is just focusing on the fact that you have a miracle growing in your tummy, and that miracle is going to be something that you love more than anything in the whole world. And that is what got me through, I think, just taking it week by week, almost ticking another week off, being like, you've survived another week of sickness. That's what helped me. Congratulations, thank you. How are you dressing at the moment to look put together? As I say, I'm just wearing my normal clothes, and to be honest with you, on the bottom half I have one pair of maternity jeans. They're dark jeans from New Look. I have one, are they New Look or H&M? New Look or H&M, can't remember. I have about 3 pairs of black leggings that I'm living in. And the other day I did buy a pair of floaty wide leg summery trousers from ASOS that are maternity. All my tops I'm keeping exactly the same. I'll probably wear a few more dresses, but I tend to wear more oversized things anyway. So I don't actually think my style is going to change too much throughout pregnancy until maybe I get a bit bigger and it's summer and it's hotter. But at the moment I'm just in jumpers and leggings most of the time, to be honest with you, or blouses like this and leggings. And that is probably, I'm looking at my camera and I'm 20 minutes in, so I don't want to bore you and send you all to sleep. So that is probably going to round up my first trimester recap. Oh, I also wanted to say as well, the whole kind of eating healthy, being active, living your best life during pregnancy, especially in the first trimester, is really, really hard. I have never eaten so much beige food in my entire life. I survived off salt and vinegar Pringles, super noodles, bread, toast, English muffins, dry crackers, nothing with too much flavour, nothing with too much spice, and yeah, flat lemonade. that is pretty much what I lived off in the first trimester, just crisps, ready salted crisps. And that might sound horrifying to some people, but when you can't keep anything down and the thought of food makes you feel like you want to be sick, please just do what your body needs you to do. Eat the food that you are able to keep down. Don't try and force down some fancy 5 portions of vegetable meal when you physically can't. Just do your best. That's all I'm going to say, do your best. I was a potato for the first 12 weeks. I did no exercise at all. I think the maximum amount of exercise I did was walking for about an hour, and that was once in the whole 12 weeks. So yeah, but my baby is fine and I can feel them wriggling around and moving around, and at the 12-week scan they were there bouncing away. So please just don't put too much pressure on yourself to be this perfect pregnancy image and this, that and the other, because sometimes it's just not possible, and that's fine. Cut yourself some slack. You are growing a human. So that is going to round off today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you are a new or expectant mum, then congratulations, and I can't wait to share this journey with you and also hear about all of your journeys as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you really soon for the next one. Bye.